Yes, that's right. Welcome to the only podcast that talks exclusively about a sport that the main host can't play very well. I am your host, Clint Gossmeyer, and let's tee it up. First up, we have a story out of Golf Digest that Phil Mickelson has lost, reportedly, over $100 million in his gambling career. That is a lot of money, even for a guy who supposedly signed a $200 million deal recently with Live Golf. I'm not going to give everything away here, but the book that was written by Brian Walters, which details Phil's gambling, is a pretty interesting read. One fact that I found truly astonishing is that Phil Mickelson in 2011 supposedly made 3,154 bets. That's the equivalent of making 9 bets a day. Now, before we get all high and mighty, let's not forget that the PGA is partnered with most major sports betting apps, including DraftKings, FanDuel, and PointsBet. Still, I hope that Phil doesn't have a problem, and if he does, I hope he seeks help. Get help, Phil. In other news, we see that Bedminster is hosting Live Golf this weekend. And in case you didn't know, Trump owns Bedminster. As such, he was seen chatting it up with some of the pros earlier this week, including Captain America himself, Patrick Reed. That might be the worst PR hit that he's ever taken. Trump was also recently seen talking to Bryson DeChambeau. And in case you've been living under a rock for the past week, Bryson recently shot a 58 in a tournament, which is majorly impressive. What's even more incredible in my mind is that he shot 119 for the weekend. I'm ashamed to admit that it's taken me 119 shots to complete 18 holes before, let alone 36. And to bring it full circle, Bryson DeChambeau recently dropped a video on his YouTube channel in which he challenges Phil Mickelson to match play. I hope it wasn't for money.
Okay, well, Cameron and I will play you guys. You and Honor Bond. We'll play 9 holes for a G.
Moving on to the segment where I give my unfiltered opinions that could lead us into a fight, just like the 10th hole of a golf course. The PGA must move on from Tiger Woods. His competitive days are over. And to do that, I believe they need a hero and a villain. Now, I know I mentioned Patrick Reed earlier, and most people would consider him a villain, but that's not the type of villain I'm envisioning. I'm not just talking about a plain old cheater. I mean the PGA needs a brash, in your face, tell you how good he is, chirping at you all day long type of villain. Maybe he spurns kids' autographs. Maybe he changes his shoes in the parking lot. Or maybe he doesn't even take his hat off when he's shaking his opponent's hands at the end of the round. But he has to win. And he also has to lose to a hero. A golfer that is a good guy. Someone that his peers respect. Who is nice to his caddy and just has fun out there. We may have had that in Cameron Smith at one point in time, and we may get that in the future, but we don't have it right now. Of course, if you disagree with this, please make sure you get in the comments and let us know who would make a good hero or a good villain. The end of the show is upon us, but I would like to shout out one video on YouTube that if you love golf, it is a must watch in my opinion. A Week in the Life, Stanford Women's Golf, is 1 hour and 20 minutes of sheer golf brilliance. DJ Pi of NLU did an amazing job crafting the story and editing this piece together. And it literally is my favorite piece of golf content on YouTube. If I had to only recommend one video, this would be it. Go watch it. That's it for this round. Have a great weekend. Make sure to slap that like button before you leave, and I hope to see you out there.